Good evening, everybody. Welcome to RSF1 Division 2. This is, I believe we are at round number 10, if I want to say so. Anyway, we are here for the first time in Division 2, tackling the brand new Las Vegas circuit. It's a street circuit, obviously. It goes down the famous Las Vegas Strip, whilst also tackling some very tricky chicanes. I'm your host, Aaron SEO tonight, joined by no one, which is quite sad, but we move on. Very much looking forward to this one tonight. As I said, new track for these drivers to get themselves familiar with. Obviously, because EA is so nice to us, then we have another week without the teams in their usual cars. So F1 World Cars this week. We'll see if anyone has changed their livery from last week. But yeah, we'll have a good one tonight, and hopefully everyone that's watching enjoys it as well. This is actually round number 11. I've just checked the calendar. Last week was round number 10 at Portugal, which, if I get my thing up, we had Diggles coming out on top ahead of Cornish and Grunty. So it'll be interesting to see what those drivers can do tonight. We've got some cars out on track at the moment. One of them is Diamond Duchy, who is a Mercedes driver, and the black Mercedes is heading just past the casino now. And he's about to take us for the first time down the Las Vegas Strip. Sometimes you've just got to take in the fact that how much detail they've put into this circuit. Some people may not like it as a circuit, but you've got to respect the amount of detail that they've put into this Las Vegas Strip. Anyway, we've got Diamond Duchy, first one to finish a lap. It's not that long of a lap, I must say. Well, it doesn't certainly feel like it, because he is already heading down to the final corner to start his first flying lap. Seems like the game audio is very quiet. Chuck the shoe up on my phone as he heads in towards turn 1 for the first time. Sort of medium braking as he heads into the right hander. It's very easy to lose the rear end. You've got to get as close to the exit wall as possible, opening up the first dose of DRS on this lap. As he makes his way down towards turn number 3, I believe. You can clip the inside curb. It's very tricky to get at as much speed as possible so you don't hit those Pirelli boards. And this corner is very tricky as well. It's a blind left-hander into a sharp right. Seems to have done it pretty nicely as he gets as close as he can to the exit barrier, using as much of the track as possible as he winds his way past the casino. Down towards the tricky braking zone as you collect as much curb as possible. Down onto the strip once again. We'll see what speeds he reaches as he heads his way flying down the very long Las Vegas Strip. He's at 214, 216, 17, 18. Can he get to 20? He can. He gets 221 actually as he brakes heavy into the left-handed chicane. And he collects as much curb as possible, getting as close to the barriers as possible. It's kind of like a fast Monaco, this circuit. As he comes to the line to finish his first flying lap of the night and the first of the session. It's going to be a 32.4 for Diamond Duchy to get us going. We have also got, I believe, Breezy on an out lap. Have we got anyone on a lap at the moment? Yeah, we've got Zach, who is currently heading out of Sector 1. He sets a purple Sector 1 with a 44.8. How are we, Easton, mate? As Zach makes his way down the Las Vegas strip. Can he reach anything higher than Diamond Douche? He's going to get a tow from the car in front. I believe that is Grunty who is giving him a little bit of a tow from a distance. As he breaks into the chicane, collects as much care as possible. He nearly lost control, hits the exit. So that's going to probably hamper his time a wee bit, but we'll see how he goes. Should be a solid lap to get him going in qualifying. It's enough for P3 with a 33.6. We had Grunty starting a lap, but I believe his teammate Breezy is currently on the Las Vegas strip at the moment. Absolutely flying down in the, I believe the Ferrari he is. As he reaches 220. So 1 mile an hour slower than Diamond Douche. Shouldn't cost him too much time. He'll be able to catch that back in the corners. To line now for Breezy. Got one more corner to tackle. Flat out to the line. It's P3 with a 33 flat. We've got Jenga Logan currently on in lap, I believe. Yep. RSF1 Shane is making his way through Sector 1 into the chicane. I believe this is a Red Bull livery. Hi Horizon, how are you, mate? Brought back the helmet I had a few races back. Is that the American helmet? The Stars and Stripes one? As that was, I believe, Lockhart going 4th fastest. So I've just done something very strange there. Grunty, the other Ferrari to cross the line now, goes 2nd fastest with a 32.7. Closely followed behind is a white car. Can't tell which one it is. It's Matty, 1929 in the Haas. It's P5 with a 33.1. So a very respectable time from Matty, puts him 5th fastest. We've got Locker, who is in the very nice Williams tonight. I shall be rocking that one for my race this week, as we see, I believe that was Shane going 6th fastest with a 33.3. We've got Dave making his way through Sector 1 at the moment, and the pink Alpine. I didn't know you could get that. Anyway, he makes his way through Sector 1 into the blind chicane. It's a very tricky corner to get right. As he makes his way down this small straight. It's a purple Sector 1 with a 44.8. So shaping up to be a decent lap for Dave, a very quick driver in Division 2, it must be said. Oh, he runs that curve beautifully. I think that was on the limit, and he gets a nice little tow from the, I believe that was an Aston Martin going slow. I think that was Crazy Fish, I want to say. No, it was not Crazy Fish, it was So he heads down the straight, he gets 221, so just the same speed as Diamond Douche, who is currently our P1 sitter at the moment. Can Dave get anywhere closer to that time? We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. It's for a car, I think, just preparing for a lap maybe, but anyway, we're on board with Dave. He's going to put in a 32.7, so 3/10 off of Dave for P2. We've got Camo coming up to finish a lap in the other Gulf Williams livery, as he winds his way through the final corner to set his first lap, and it's enough for P8 with a 33.3, just ahead by 19 hundredths ahead of his teammate RSF1 Locker. So both Williams sharing P8 and P9 at the moment. As we have Cornish making his way through Sector 1. He's on the medium tyres at the moment, so obviously thinks he's got enough pace to get through. The man who was at the forefront of many interesting conversations last night in his commentary of Division 1. We'll see if he can put in a solid lap to see him get through to Q2 as Hush went second fastest with a 32.5. Makes his way down through sector 2 now. A little bit cautious as he heads onto the straight. We'll see what speed he maxes out at, as I believe that was going for 6th fastest with a 32.8. He maxes out at 220. Is he going to get 221? He does. He gets 221 just in time for the braking zone. And winds his way through the final few corners now. Just one more corner to tackle for Cornish as he finishes his first flying lap of this session. Currently P14. That should move him up to P8 with a 33.1. So that should see him safe, but he might want to go out again just to be sure. We have one shot currently out on a lap at the moment, heading through sector 1. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. I think that is the car of Am, I believe, who's just in front of him. It is. He's just let him past, so we'll jump back on board with one shot, as he has not set a time yet. One of 3 drivers not set a time yet, so got one shot, Ace Boy and Verizon 40. As he heads down the straight, getting ready to open up the DRS. It's open for him as what will he max out at? It's 212 at the moment. Can he get to 222? See a new record of the night. He only gets to 220 as he brakes into the left-hander. Files his way through the final few corners now, as we see a Williams pulling into the pit lane. I believe that was at a McLaren. It might have been one or the other. One shot goes 12th fastest with a 33.3. As we see Dave and Diamond Duchy have both retired in the top 3. They obviously think they've done enough to see themselves through to Q2. I'm sure they'll be chuffed with the fact that they've only used one set in that first run. We've got Ice Boy currently heading down the Las Vegas strip on his lap. Reaches 220. He reaches 222. He reaches 222 as he goes into the braking zone. Only a few more corners to navigate. Is he going to pull into the pit lane? That's interesting from Ice Boy. So he's not going to set a time on this lap. So theoretically, he's only going to have one lap to put in any sort of time. We've got Verizon 40 on a lap at the moment. No doubt what car he's driving in. So we see that American livery helmet as well on his character. Making his way down towards the casino corner. Makes his way through there nicely as he gets ready for a sort of blind braking zone. It comes at you very quickly as you exit that sequence of corners. Makes his way onto the Las Vegas strip for the first time tonight. Well, second time if you count his outlap. But first time at full speed. 213, 217. It's a purple sector 2 currently for Verizon, sorry. Makes his way over the curb, shapes himself up for this little mini straight, and then the final corner. Get as close on to the curb as possible. Goes fastest with a 32.3. It was certainly a decent lap from Verizon. It puts him P1 comfortably with over a 10th gap to Diamond Duchy. We've had Dave set his time on the mediums, Grunty set his time on the mediums, Cornish set his first time on the mediums, but it looks like he's going to put a set of softs on to try and secure his position in Q2. We've got Matty currently out on track, who's sitting P13, so very much in the danger zone. So Matty really needs to put this lap together if he wants to see Q2. We'll see how his time fares as he heads into the chicane, and he'll be in a couple of seconds out of Sector 1, and we'll be able to see if it's enough for Matty to get through. Oh, as he has a twitch coming out of the first sector. He's currently 2 thousandths down, which would see him not having, obviously not enough because he's down, but it's so close between these drivers that are trying to fight their way into Q2. It's like a tenth from Cornish all the way down to Jenga Slogan, so it's really a fight between all of these people as he's going to pick up a fantastic toe from the Red Bull in front. This is amazing toe Matty's been given. He's going to get out of the way. He topped at 2:24, so fantastic toe for Matty. That should definitely help him pick up as much time as possible as he finds his way through the final corner now. This will be his last chance if he goes for another lap after it, but Matty's going to go only P12, so very much still in danger. Hopefully he's got enough fuel to recharge his battery and go for another lap. We've got Zach pulling into the pit lane, so he'll be done in qualifying for Q1. Slicks. If you would like to, yeah, you can include your audio. You include your audio, mate?
Yes, I have.
Fantastic. We've got Slicks in the commentary box tonight as well. Division 5 driver.
Hello, everyone.
As we see Jenga Logan currently on his outlap, getting prepared to try and get himself into Q2. One Shot is currently finishing this first part of DRS, sitting P15 at the moment. Just notice we're going to lose 2 drivers in this first part of qualifying, because Ice Boy's not set a time yet, and Camo is currently in that elimination zone. May as well ask you now, Slicks, how do you feel about Las Vegas? Obviously, you've got your race tomorrow evening, so how do you feel about this new track?
It's mixed feelings, to be honest. It's a good track, but then it's also a hateful track as well.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of mixed feelings about this track as Jenga Logan starts his final flying lap, I think, of the session. We've got One Shot who's currently 4/10 coming down the Las Vegas strip. Brakes it when he gets very close to the inside wall. He's going to pick up a small toe from Cornish, who I hope knows that he's there. He does. Cornish pulls into the pit lane. So One Shot comes around the final corner now. This should see him get through.
Crash into a corner.
It seems like he has, yes.
4 attempts up on this time.
One Shot moved up to P7, so that should be him through into Q2. We've got Camel currently 3/10 up on his time coming through the Las Vegas strip now. He needs to pull this together as he has only a couple of corners left and he gets very close to the exit wall. But he keeps it on the track. Will this be enough for Camel to get himself into Q number 2? To line now for Camel, and he doesn't get through. He stays P17 with a 33.2, so he's not going to be getting anywhere further in qualifying. Jenga Logan's currently 2 and a bit tenths up as he heads on to Las Vegas strip. This would not be enough to see him get through, so he's got to really find some time in these last couple of corners. Maxing out at 218 miles an hour on the strip. Navigates his way through that small chicane to line in a couple of seconds for Jenga Logan. Currently P16, 33.1. Can he improve to get himself into Q2? Yes, he does. He gets a 9th position with a 32.8. Sucks, you need an invite back. Sucks. Looks like we have briefly lost Slicks at the moment. But Genghis Logan, very well done, managing to pull back some time and get himself into Q2. In that session, we lost Shane, Camo, and Jish, who didn't set a time. I believe he was serving a quali ban. But that's a big shock that RSF1 Shane has found himself out this early. So he's got a lot of ground to make up in the race. But that session saw Verizon, Diamond Dushi, and I didn't catch the third place. Those are your top three, well, top two in that session. It was Hush. So we actually, the full grid was separated by 7/10, which shows you how close it is. That's usually in Division 3, the gap between Elijah and P2. But anyway, we move on to Q2 now. Cornish actually very lucky to get into Q2, sitting on mediums. Got you back now, Slicks. Lovely. That's all good.
Season.
So now we are in Q2, 15 minutes for these drivers to get themselves into the top 10 shootout for pole position. I have to say, I think I'm one of the minority that's actually looking forward to this race this week. Well, especially for me in Division 3. But I feel like I've got some good pace around here, especially in Sector 1. That first corner, I think I can gain a 10th still on my TT. But apart from that, the rest of the lap feels very smooth as well. Slicks, do you think you've found a good setup for this week?
Yeah. Just got to break early, otherwise you'll have understeer like mad and go into the walls.
Yeah. Quite a bit of overtaking opportunities as well, it seems, especially into turn 1 off the Las Vegas Strip after the first DRS zone and maybe even onto the Las Vegas Strip.
Yeah, on the Las Vegas Strip, if you don't have DRS, you're going to be a sitting duck.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like Azerbaijan, but at night.
Yep.
And it's like a fast Monaco, as I said earlier.
Yeah.
But we have all the drivers out, well, not all the drivers, but about half the grid on their outlaps at the moment. Horizon saying that Shane should have ran the Miami Red Bull livery. It gives you 0.5 seconds apace. Well, I certainly wouldn't be one to disagree with you. But anyway,
You reckon you could run 0-0 wings?
oh, it would be tricky. I don't even know what wings I'm running actually. I think I just nicked a setup from someone and it worked. Then, as usual, my teammate nicked it for me. And then he bullies me for going 2/10 slower than him. Then I beat him by a 10th. Soggy, if you're watching, you're shite. I'm joking, love you. Anyway, we have got. I think I'm going to be the first one. No, it's not actually. We've got people already on laps as I was chatting a
We've
lot of
got
shit about
Diamond
my teammate.
Douchey.
It's Diamond
Should be
Dushi,
that
first one on a
first
lap.
one. Hit a 44.3 in the first sector.
He files his way on Las Vegas Strip. It's so difficult to judge a braking zone into there because you want to collect as much curb as possible, but not too much to invalidate. Down the Las Vegas Strip now for Diamond Duchy. He reached 221 mile per hour on his first lap. Can he
Which
reach
is
22? No, he doesn't. He
he
maxes out
reaches
at 221.
356 kilometers.
Diamond Duchy with one corner left, rocking that Carlos Sainz helmet, which as a Ferrari fan you'll love to see. I think he's in the Mercedes though, and he has the black livery, 32.3.
32.3.
That's not a bad lap from the Mercedes driver. Hush
Hush
comes
to
around the
be the
final
next
corner,
one with a
32.9.
32.9.
Headshot next one to come to the line now. He sets a 33.5. Believe Jenga Slogan is coming through
Crazy
the final few
finish.
corner.
33 flat.
That must have been some monster of a time from Diamond Duchy. He comes around the final corner now, 33.4.
33.4. Then we have AM coming around. Last corner, set 8. 32.7, putting in P2.
Still 510. Oh, sorry, not 510s, 410s roughly off of Diamond Duchy at the moment.
Then we have
But that only matters
Matty
when they get to
coming into the
Q3.
pits.
We have Locker on the Las Vegas Strip at the moment.
Rocking the lovely Golf Williams.
I'll certainly be running that for my race on Wednesday, as it's a very lovely livery. I think it's the best of the season. Is it going to be a good lap? It's a 33.7. We have got Verizon 40, who is currently end of Sector 1 at the moment. Got quite a few drivers that have not set laps yet and are still in the pit lane. Flat out through the casino section, down towards the left-hander before the Las Vegas Strip. He carries as much curb as possible. This could be a solid time for Verizon 40. He obviously topped the first session. Can he top the second session? He's got a purple sector 2 at the moment. 221, 220 as he reaches the braking zone before the left and right, and then another left as he gets as close to the Qatar Airways signs as possible. Certainly a lot of Qatar Airways sponsors here at Las Vegas. Goes to line now, goes fastest with a 32.1, so absolutely destroys Diamond Duchy's time of a 32.3. We thought we had seen quick from Diamond Duchy, but Verizon 40 was like, nah, I've got 2 tenths in me. Puts a 32.1, that surely should see him safe into Q3. If that's so, then that's fantastic for Verizon. He's used one set in Q1, one set in Q2. That's going to give him a mass amount of options for Q3. Got Cornish on a lap at the moment. He's set a purple sector too, apparently. Heading down towards the Las Vegas Strip as Slicks joins back. Cornish on the Las Vegas Strip at the moment. Maxing out at 221. Got up there briefly. Has a little bit of a twitch coming out of the chicane. To line now for the McLaren driver. Goes a P4 with a 32.8. Quite interesting actually. Adam, or I assume is AM, said that his P3 lap was on a used set, which is a very good lap for a scrub set of tyres. So yeah, just think what time you'd have in you if you went on a fresh set. Jump on board with Breezy, who has got his teammate just ahead of him in Grunty. Slicks, would you be able to add Dave's EA to get him back into the lobby, please? Yeah, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, no bother. I was going to thank Assetto Corsa for making him somewhat quick at this track. What Assetto Corsa are you playing that's got Las Vegas in it? Anyway, Grunty 32, 36, sorry, is on a lap, counting down the Las Vegas strip. Maxing out at 221 as he reaches the braking zone. He finds himself currently in P13 without a lap. This should bring him right up the timing sheets. It does, it puts him fastest with a 32 flat. So an even better time as he has so much speed that he goes straight on, but luckily there's so much runoff that he can't afford that as his teammate went P4 with a 32.5. We've got, who else is on the lap? We've got Crazy Fish 3/10 up as he fails his way onto the Las Vegas strip. Was a bit cautious into the left hand. I don't know the name or the number of any of these corners. We'll have to get some names for these corners. He makes his way off of the Las Vegas strip, bouncing over the curbs. Oh good, he should be able to get that then as Crazy Fish comes over the line, goes enough for P3 with a 32.1. So a lot of drivers finding a lot of time now as they go further on in these laps. Jenga Logan is on a lap at the moment, making his way down the Las Vegas strip. In that very nice Monza Alfa Romeo. Goes 8th fastest with a 32.8. I think that's the only driver on a lap at the moment. We've got drivers currently preparing themselves for laps, one of which is Hush, who found himself P3 at the end of Q1, sets P9 with a 32.9, but surely you've got to think that with the pace that Hush has got, he's definitely going to pull a much quicker time. He starts a lap now, heading up towards turn 1, braking as late as possible, carrying as much speed as you can through the left-hander. Then it's a sharp right-hander, making sure not to lose the rear end onto the DRS straight. As he brakes as late as possible, carrying as much speed through that right-hander into the blind braking left-hander, riding as much curb as possible. It's a lot of wheel rotation through here, so it's very easy to lose the rear end. And it's also tricky as well because you have barriers either side of you. He is 3/10 up at the moment, heading down towards the strip into the braking zone. Rides a little bit of curb, so a bit cautious, but shouldn't cost him too much time. onto the strip now for Hush. Opens up the DRS. Isn't going to have any traffic in his way, so this should be a decent lap for the McLaren. His teammate currently sits P7 with a 32.8, so we will be hoping to get close to that, if not beat it, which he seems he's going to do at this rate. He's on a very solid lap, and once he loses the rear end coming out of the left-hander in the second last corner, so that's going to lose him a little bit of time, but he's going to keep going anyway. To line now for Hush, goes 5th fastest with a 32.4, so even with that slight correction out of the left-hander, he still manages to get himself into the top 5. Six, you back in, mate? Okay, okay. All good. He's on outlap at the moment. Got Matty on the Las Vegas strip at the moment. He is currently, I'm not sure how much he's up by, but it's going to be his first time of the session anyway. His only time of the session actually, as we have 10 seconds left on the clock. So anyone that's not at the line now is not going to have enough time to set another lap. So everyone is going to have to do this lap as Matty gets himself into the top 5, 32.4. That should see him through to Q3. We've got other drivers on lap, so one of which is Cornish, but I think Hush is on a lap even further up. No, he's 12 seconds down, so Hush is going to stay P6 as he crosses the line for the checkered flag. Hush, his teammate Cornish, is P11, finds himself in danger with a 32.8. He really needs to improve to make himself get through to Q3. He's got one more corner left. Can he find enough time to get himself through to Q3? It's enough for P5, so that should be enough to see him get through. We've got Locke currently coming down the Las Vegas strip at the moment. He's down by 5 seconds, so he is P10, so he should be through. But Dave, currently sitting P14 without a lap, is coming down the Las Vegas strip, and we'll see what his time is as he gets to the end of Sector 2. It's a purple Sector 2 with a 197, so it should be Dave's one to take as he files his way through the final few corners. Now that was beautifully as he exited the Las Vegas strip. Currently without a time now, but Dave will be setting the final time of the session as he comes to the line now. Is it enough to get himself through to Q3? It's enough to even put himself fastest with 31.4. Puts himself 6 tenths clear of Grunty. So a very good time from Dave as one shot comes into the pit lane. Enough for P9. Lockout event got put out by Dave with his 32.6. It was unfortunate for Locker. So he is lost in that session. Also as he was sitting P3 for most of that session. But by the time everyone had got their new tyre runs done, it found himself P12 with Genghis Logan and Zach rounding out the bottom 5. At the top though, Dave with 6 tenths clear from P2 as he heads into Q3. That'll give him a massive boost of confidence as he has basically the greatest chance of taking pole position. So there is your qualifying, well, qualifying 2. And these are your drivers that are going to be in the top 10 shootout. It's Dave from Grunty, Verizon, Crazy Fish, Diamond Douchey, Cornish, Matty, Hush, One Shot, and Breezy. Manages to get himself into the shootout by just about a tenth. Oh, I've got damage on his outlap. Oh, it's so easy to do. Um, you might not think it. You might just be like one of those people that just says, "Oh, just stay out of the wall." But like, it actually is difficult around these tracks, even with it being an outlap, because you've got to watch out for drivers as well are on laps. But yeah, unfortunate. Hopefully you can have a decent race and claw something back for. I believe it's Aston Martin you're driving for, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, now we don't get down to the nitty gritty. It's Q3. 12 minutes on the clock. 10 drivers. One pole position. Who's your take for it, Slicks? I think you'd be stupid not to pick Dave after a 6/10 gap in Q2. But I think it should be quite interesting between, especially Grunty, who found himself P2 after that session. Uh, Slicks Button says that he can't hear you, or if so, it's very quiet. I'll try and change the settings a wee bit. Have you got the box ticked? Yeah, you're not coming through for some reason.
How about now?
Yeah, you're coming through now. So yeah, I was just saying,
Okay, that's good then.
who's your take for pole position? I think it was the same as mine anyway, but if you wanted to just let everyone know.
My pole position was Dave with a 6/10 gap between him and Grunty, which is very impressive.
Well, we
But
shall
now we
see.
have Diamond Dushi coming around the last corner to start his
He
hot lap.
always seems to be the first one out on track, so a very eager driver to get his first lap in. He's got Dave actually for a bit of traffic coming out of the pit lane. He's going to have to get out of a few drivers' way as they all fail their way onto their first flying lap of, I believe it'll be enough for 2 laps.
This chicane is very horrible to be honest. Either you take
It
it
is
too
very
wide
difficult.
and then, or you take it too low.
Had a
Well,
stationary
that's on your
Williams
side.
there.
44-2 in the first sector.
Takes the curb very nicely as he makes his way down the Las Vegas strip as we have an advert. Gives me a little bit of time to do a little bit of less chatting and just waffling on. But yeah, Diamond Duchy coming to the line just about now. Puts in a 31.8 for his first time in Q3. 4/10 off of what we saw Dave do. Speaking of Dave,
Grunty
he
going
starts
P2
his
with a
flying
32
lap.
flat.
Got one shot heading through the final corner now. What will the time be for a headshot? I believe he's an AlphaTauri driver, but he didn't put um, a livery on tonight. Goes P4 with a 33.7. Verizon went P3 with a 32.6.
They've coming through the chicane, taking it very nicely.
The favourite for
What
pole
time will he
position.
set in the first sector? A 44-3.
Oh, that's quick.
He sets the first sector. Took the right amount of curve there. And that fakes the DRS down the Vegas Strip. It's very amazing how they've done all this graphics for
It really
this
is.
track.
I was saying earlier, you've just, even if you don't like the circuit as a layer, you've just got to appreciate how much detail they've put into this circuit. I think it's one of the most appealing on the calendar, if not the most appealing. As Dave goes only P2 with a 31.883, 4 thousandths.
31.8.
4,000 separates Diamond Dushi and Dave. The 4,000s is in Diamond Dushi's favour at the moment. So not as dominant time from Dave on that first run, but I'm sure he's got a lot more time to give when they get on to their second runs. We have got Cornish and Breezy in the pit lane at the moment, so they're opting for the one lap strategy. Horizon said he reached more max speed without a front wing, which is interesting. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left on the timer. 4,000 separates the top two, as I said. Then comes Grunty and Crazy Fish, who have closely followed behind. That's a very satisfying time that Grunty's done. He's done a 30. He's done a 1:32.000, which is just beautiful to look at. Matty is currently 1 second down on his time as he makes his way. I believe this will be into the pit lane. Yeah, it is, for the Hash driver. So he's the last one to come into the pit lane after our first runs. We should see, I think Cornish and Breezy, they'll be very quick to get out onto the track because they won't want to have anyone in their way as they haven't set a time. And if it comes to it and they have some sort of error, they'll want to have enough sufficient time to go again. Horizon's finally putting on a fresh set of tyres, so yeah, I think Verizon is in with a good shout at a front row start tonight. Is that Crazy Fish heading out of the pit lane? Yes, it is. Crazy Fish, first one out onto the track for his final flying lap. Crazy Fish currently sits P4 with a 32.5, so has to find roughly 7/10, probably even more, to find himself in contention for pole position, because I don't think it's any question if Diamond Dushi or Dave are going to go even faster. We saw a 31.4 from Dave in that second part of qualifying. So we know Dave has roughly 4/10 in the bag. The question is, can anyone match him? As my headset gives me the signal that it needs to be plugged in. I'll just quickly do that actually. I'll put us on board with Crazy Fish at the moment as he files his way down the Las Vegas Strip. As I struggle to find the cable. There's the cable. So Crazy Fish gets us going on the final laps of qualifying. And we should be back. So Crazy Fish heading through turn 2 now. It's the one and only Cornish. As he's backed off, it looks like. Interesting call from Crazy Fish. Maybe he's got too much fuel and he's going to do another warm-up lap so that he has as little fuel as possible for this final run. One man that is on a lap at the moment is Hush. Sucks having issues hearing you again, mate. Not
In
sure.
now.
That last, yeah, when you said no, it worked. So it should be
Okay, that's
working now.
good.
Yeah, it's working now. So you can finish taking us on this lap with Hush if you wish.
So let's say 44 flat in the first sector. Coming down to another chicane, takes it very well. Coming down to the Vegas Strip. Activates the DRS. And says that they got 109 and 9, being a second up on his time. Takes it very, very close there.
Oh, as
Oh, I
much speed
think
as
he might have
possible.
hit the wall. Comes around the last corner to set a time of 1:32.1. Yeah. Dave setting another lap now.
Crazy Fish is on his first proper lap, I believe. Was a little bit wide into the blind hander, but should manage to um, collect that time back up as he heads out of Sector 1. 2 sectors left to find as much time as possible for Crazy Fish. He's 5/10ths up at the moment, so no matter what, he's going to improve. As the checkered flag is out now, so it's now or nothing for these drivers. Dave's retired.
One shot sets a
Did Dave
32.7.
crash?
I have no idea.
Not too sure, but anyway, we'll move on. Crazy Fish, who sits P5 currently,
Cornish.
could find himself on the second row as we speak. Crazy Fish is gonna
Cornish sets a
come with him.
32 flat, puts
Just
him
about to say
P4
that.
behind
Cornish goes
Grunty.
P4 with a 32 flat. We're on board with Crazy Fish
We
at
have
the moment. Matty does not improve, he stays P5, but what can Crazy Fish do? He was 5/10ths up last time we saw, finds himself on the front row, and it's pole position for Crazy Fish with an 18.819, 600ths between him and Diamond Douche. So it's the
Damadushi
Fish that's on the pole
takes
position, but
that back by
Diamond
2
Douche
tenths.
takes it back by 2/10ths. Wow, fantastic from Diamond Douche, manages to snatch pole position back from
We
Crazy
have
Fish.
Breezy on the last straight.
We've got Verizon coming through the final few corners now, currently 9/10ths up on his previous time.
Breezy
This
sets a
would see
32
him
flat.
coming up the grid a little bit. What can Verizon do as he comes to the line now with the American helmet on at the Las Vegas Grand Prix? He goes pole position with a 31.5. Where have these times come from? As Hush pulls into the pit lane, so it's Verizon 40 from absolutely nowhere that takes pole position from Diamond Douche and Crazy Fish.
F2 is putting on the show in the qualifying.
Absolutely. What a night to be on commentary. Fantastic stuff from Verizon 40. Sees himself put that Red Bull on pole position. Nothing we're not used to. But Diamond Douche in the Mercedes goes P2 with Crazy Fish on the second row in P3. Well, that certainly was something. So it's Verizon 40 that takes pole position. He's going to have Diamond Douche on the front row for company. Second row for you looks like Crazy Fish and Dave. I was expecting Dave to pull a better time in that Q3 session, but I think he might have had some issues on his final lap. The third row looks like Grunty and Cornish. Your fourth row for tonight is Breezy and Matty. And your fifth row is Hush and One Shot. Diamond, with one word to describe that, blimey. Absolutely. That's the only word that could have described that session, but hopefully we have just as an entertaining race. I don't even know how many laps this race is. I think it's 25, I believe.
Yes, it is.
I remember it
25
saying
long laps.
50. And then, yeah, so half of 50 is 25. Quick math. Anyway, we shouldn't be too long from getting going. It'll be
Now we should
interesting to
go
see.
for a 5 minute break, isn't it?
Yeah, roughly 5 minutes. It'll be interesting to see what strategy calls are made in this race, but we will catch you guys in a couple of minutes. There's always one that just can't wait. That is unfortunate, because I don't think that was enough time for the drivers, but anyway. Verizon 40 finds himself towards the back of the pack, actually. So Diamond Dushi does lead them on this formation lap. Of course, Easton, as always, we'll give you the tyres. Verizon 40 actually starting on the softs, and then from P2 to P11 we see the medium tyres. AM and Genghis Logan on the hards, sitting P12 and P13. Then we've got a little bit of a mix at the back. We've got mediums, mediums, soft, mediums from the back six. Back five, sorry. So you only
I was
have
doing
18
some
drivers.
tests on the tyres and the socks run out really quickly.
Yeah, I think it's quite easy for these tyres to overheat round here because of the amount of speed that you're carrying through corners. It's quite a mix of corners. There's some late braking, there's some flowing, like fast corners and that, but it's quite a quick formation lap from Diamond Dushi. He will file up, not on pole position, because somewhere in the pack, there he is Verizon 40, who is our pole sitter, but found himself a bit back down on his way to the grid, as he lines himself up on pole position. We've got a few drivers on our curve as they get ready for the first time in Division 2. We are in Las Vegas under the lights, and it is away we go, and it's a decent start from Verizon. He's kept P1. There's a bit of a move at the back as we see Dave maybe going for P3. No, Cornish makes himself up into P5 ahead of Grunty. Hush has made moves on Breezy. There's a lot of movement going on in the back. Dave does manage to get past Crazy Fish as they head through towards turn 2, but it's Horizon that's managed to gain a 5/10 gap to Diamond Dushi on the softs at the moment. Camel makes it up on Ice Boy for P 14. Am gets himself up into the points nice and early. We've got Am making up other moves. Am's absolutely cooking down there. Crazy Fish and Grunty having a battle as they head towards the blind hander for the first time. It was contact. It was Grunty got very close to the back of Crazy Fish, just outbreaking himself a little bit. Out in front, the gap is now 8 tenths, 9 tenths to Diamond Dushi from Verizon 40. So Verizon really trying to gain as much of a gap as possible on this early start. Tire allocation and strategy at the moment, a medium hard strategy for these drivers that are on the mediums at the moment. And for the softs, they're probably going to try and extend as much as possible to get themselves onto the hard compound roughly at the same time as the mediums. But it's Verizon with the perfect start at the moment, controlling the pace. We've got Dave maybe making up moves for P2 as we speak. He's set a purple sector too. Well, that certainly would be an interesting call. A very aggressive strategy if that does come true. Cornish had a little bit of a battle with Breezy as we spoke. We've got Dave getting very close to the back of Diamond Dushi. We could see a move for P2, and we do. Dave makes himself up to P2, but Diamond Dushi's not going to give up as they go side by side all the way through turn 2. One has to back out. Diamond Dushi, very lucky to stay on the track there. He lost the rear end after contact with the back of Dave. Going to be under immense pressure now from Crazy Fish. Who will try and capitalise on that. I don't think Diamond Dushi has picked up any damage, thankfully. But he is very lucky to be still in this race. Iceboy Fox has retired. He's binned it on the entrance towards turn number 3. We will see it there. Yes, he has. That brings out the full safety car, which has slowed the pack down. And it's gonna hurt Verizon probably, because he'll be wanting to build as much of a gap as possible. Well, right now, can't hear you on stream again, but Slick said, will any of the soft runners pit on this lap? I wouldn't say so. I think it's still too early. But currently we have positions gained. Dave with 2 at the moment. Diamond Dushi and Crazy Fish both losing out on a position. We've got 1 position gained for Breezy, 1 for Hush, 2 for both Locker and Am. Camel with amazing 5 positions, Shane with 1, and Dave with 2. As Verizon comes into the pit lane. So Slicks, you were correct actually with your call.
Putting onto the hards.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe he just didn't feel like he had enough grip on those softs. We see plenty of cars pitting behind him. I think that might have been for some damage. One surprising one is Hush.
We
So we'll
have
move back to the front.
Matt that pit for fresh.
So it's Dave that's going to be leading us on this safety car restart after. I'm quite surprised that Verizon's pitted this early. But he obviously knows what he wants to do with this race. We've got the 2 Ferraris currently sitting in P4 and P5 at the moment. I'll just be 2 seconds. I'll jump on board with Dave though. Right, returned indeed with some snacks. I've got testing. Right, anyway, as I was saying, we've got some Galaxy counters as the snack choice for tonight. I definitely think that the Galaxy counters are the best chocolate. Up there with Maltesers. Those two are the best sort of sweets you can
Hush is
get.
pitted for mediums
It certainly has.
after just pitting from the hards.
Slicks, as we're on this topic of sweets, what's your favourite kind of sweets? Slicks,
Pardon?
what's your favourite type of sweets?
Um, I don't know really. Don't really have a favourite.
I'm sure you've got to have
But I
one that
do
you
like
like go
the
to.
refreshers.
The refreshers. Right there.
Yes. I'm trying to think what box they come in, like box of sweets. So like chewy sweets, that like fizzy stuff in the middle.
The fizzy stuff in the middle. Not too sure what you're talking about, but
Yeah,
sounds nice anyway.
I'll have to look it up.
Can you get them from like Tesco and that?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Anyway, safety car is in this lap. So Dave will hold the pace. It's going to be interesting to see where he decides to release. New tracks, so it's going to be quite tricky to know where you want to release. Maybe just before this next Qatar Airways billboard, he goes around about halfway between the two. But Diamond Dushi has stayed with them, and Crazy Fish has stayed with them even more as they fell their way onto lap 5 of 25. It's Dave that leads from Diamond Dushi, Crazy Fish, Grunty, Breezy, Cornish, Locker, One Shot, Camel. There's a bit of movement. One Shot makes up a position on at the back. One Shot is losing out a few positions at the moment. He's going to actually try and make up a position actually on as they go side by side towards turn number 3. Who's going to be later on the brakes? It's going to be One Shot around the outside. He's going to hang it though. Oh no, his contact is one. Oh, he's on top of him. I'm just went on top of One Shot there.
It's a shame I missed it.
That's a screenshot. Anyway, One Shot did make the move in a very interesting way. As they're very quick through there, it seemed. Yeah, that got a little bit non-PG from the Aston Martin and the AlphaTauri driver. So apologies for that. But anyway, we move on. Dave continues to lead. He's broken that DRS from Diamond Duche. Crazy Fish is going to have a look at him on the inside though as they head onto lap 6. Crazy Fish does make the move on Diamond Duche, who's going to try and respond in towards turn 1. No, he does not. Try and get the telemetry up actually. There we go. So what's our closest battle on track? Well, it's Verizon at the moment who's trying to make up moves on He's on the mediums, I believe. No, he's not actually. He's on the hards. That was One Shot in front of him. That's currently running the. At the moment, it's Hush. Hush is out. That brings out another safety car. Hush finds the wall at the exit of the 5th corner, I believe that is.
What
Anyway,
happened to Hush?
exit of turn 5, I believe. He had a crash. I'm not sure whether it was with another car or not.
Uh, these soft runners will be looking to get off these tires. Yep,
Crazy
Camo
Fish
heading
stays out.
into the pits,
So does Grunty,
and
so
so
does
is
Breezy.
Shane. Diamond Douchey pits for Hards. So does Dave.
ASMR of me eating Galaxy counters. There you go, Easton. I think Am has some desync. I don't know. He was on top of someone. Yeah, we saw that on the stream. He got very excited, if that's the way to put it, towards one shot as they headed through turn 3. So we had Dave, we had Diamond Douche, Locker, Shane, Camo, Dave, and One Shot all pit under this second safety car of the race. That sees Crazy Fish inherit the lead, sees
Looks like we're
Grunty and
gonna have
Breezy.
one more lap under the safety car.
It does seem like it. That promotes the two Ferraris onto the podium. Cornish currently runs P4, as Matty comes into the pit lane. For a set of yellow striped medium tyres. It's not a bad strategy, it may actually get them to the end. You'll be hoping that there's no more safety cars after this one. Actually, maybe he will.
AM said one shot ghost is right in front of him. That's interesting there.
Anyway, this is our second safety car of the night. It sees our second, actually our third race leader of the night in Crazy Fish. So he will get us going, I believe, at the end of this lap. So safety car lights will be coming off very soon. Well, they should be at least. Yep, safety car in this lap. So Crazy Fish now leads the
Do you
two
reckon he'll go for
Ferraris.
an early start or a late start?
I think he'll go roughly around about the same place that he saw Dave do the safety car restart, but it's up to him. It's a slow pitch straight.
And
He's
he's
got the jump very nicely on Breezy, who's got his teammate Grunty only a tenth in front of him. As they foul their way onto lap 9, Dave and Diamond Dushy are having a bit of a battle. Both have pitted. We've got a lot of battling going on at the moment. I think Zach's lost some position. Yes, he has. He's found a moment or has hit the wall on that safety car restart. That has not helped him, as we see Williams trying to go for the move up the inside on one shot. It's Camel. They're going to go side by side. We know what happened here last time with Camel. He's kept it very much better. Well, at least there was no cars on top of each other there, but it's not helped out for Camel. He's lost 2 positions. One to one shot, one to Jish, who managed to say thank you very much and picked up another position. Now he's going to go on the hunt for one shot. Up the pack, we've got Jengus Logan only 2 tenths behind Am at the moment. As Jengus Logan is maybe he's going to lose out to Dave actually. So Dave makes his way up into P7 after pitting onto a new set of hards.
Douche has got the slipstream and using his ERS to pass Jengus Logan.
Jengus Logan losing out 2
But
positions
he backs away
in that
from
corner.
the dive bomb on Dave.
There's a great battle for P11 at the moment between Shane One Shot and Locker. Oh, there's contact! Shane and One Shot coming together on the main straight. I think, I don't know, I can't say who's at fault for that one. It's definitely for the stewards, but it seemed like it was such high collision as they headed onto the main straight that Shane got spun around from One Shot, just didn't know that he was there. That brings out our 3rd safety car of the night.
How many of these safety cars you can get in one race?
I think it's 5, I believe.
Oh. Gonna be very close then. People are wanting to thinking to come off their tyres and come onto fresh ones now, aren't they?
Yep, this is our 3rd safety car, and we're on lap 10, Thor. Welcome to Division 2, and we thought they had learned. Easton, you were praising them, saying that they've matured. I was saying the same as well. As One Shot gets very close to the back and Zach under the safety car.
Horizon said it's making it interesting for him.
Well, it certainly is. He finds himself back up into P4 after that very early stop.
He goes into the pits. Crazy-ish that one. Yeah.
Easton said that was lag related, so I think that sort of lightens it a bit.
How is
Showing
Shane? He might have got
Shane
taken out,
contact.
or
Contact, it was on the main straight between him and One Shot. Easton saying it was down to lag, but yeah, it's unfortunate for them. Camel serving a 5-second penalty under his stop. So it's Crazy Fish that leads them again from corners. They both haven't stopped yet. Anyway, we have 14 drivers remaining in this session. We have lost 4. That is One Shot, Shane, Hush, and Iceboy. Wait, how did One Shot get out? Because he didn't crash. Well, he did crash, but he like didn't lose the wheel where it's like Oh, where bloody Mark comes on the radio and goes, "Are you okay? Engine off, engine off." He didn't have that sort of thing, but like, yeah, he got the car going again. I think we actually have crayon flour. Anyway, we move on to lap number 12 of this race. Well, it's not really been a race at the moment. It's more been like Spa 2021. We've been behind the safety car most of the time. Anyway, Crazy Fish still leads from Cornish Dave. Am's managed to make his way up into P4. Diamond Dushy runs P5 after starting on the front row, but he's pitted onto a set of hards, which should get him to the end. Then comes Locker. Davis has had a very good start. Well, Jish, as I've been saying, but yeah, Jish with P7 at the moment. Matty is running P8. Grunty and Breezy, they just pitted onto a set of hards. They run 9th and 10th. Then we have Verizon 40, who's pitted onto a set of mediums. Then comes Jengus Logan, Zach, and Camel. Fascinating stuff as we are only on lap 12, so we're at around about the halfway stage, and I don't think we've had like 3 consecutive laps of racing yet. I think Slicks has encountered some technical difficulties. Right. Okay, no bother. Anyway, safety car is in again. I felt like I've said that so many times tonight, but Crazy Fish is gonna release them. We'll sit on board with Cornish to see where does Crazy Fish release. He releases quite early this time actually, as they head on to lap number 13. He's got 7/10 gap to Cornish. We're running the same set of tyres. Dave is on 6th lap old hard, so he's got the advantage definitely in his favour. Diamond Dushy and Am going side by side as they head through turn 2. Diamond Dushy does get past Am, who is on 12 lap old hards. He's going to be under immense pressure from Locker as they head up towards turn 3. Can the Williams make a move in towards turn 3? He's certainly thinking about it. He's going to stay behind though as they head towards turn 3. We've got Jish, and there's a massive battle between Grunty, Breezy, Verizon 40 and Jengus Logan wants to get involved in this as well as they head up towards the blind corner. Hopefully everyone gets through safely, and it looks like they do. It's a massive train forming from Locker all the way down as we see Am and Locker going side by side onto the strip. But Locker doesn't manage to get past Am. He defended that very nicely and will have the well, actually, Locker will have the slipstream all the way down the Las Vegas strip. Am loses 1 position. Could he lose 2? As Cornish moves into the lead of the race, we'll quickly jump on board with him after. Is Matty going to make the move down the inside? He looks like he might. He nearly outbreaks himself, but stays behind Am for now. It's the McLaren of Cornish that leads the Vegas Grand Prix. From Crazy Fish, who's going to take that back. He says, no, you are not taking my win from me. Dave wants to get involved in this as well. Could Dave pick up position on Cornish, who was very slow out of turn 1? He's going to have a fantastic run on him. He's going to have the inside line. He's going to have the traction. He's going to have everything. Diamond Dushy's all over the back of them as well. So it's Crazy Fish that leads them again from Dave. Cornish losing out 2 positions in 3 corners. Absolutely washed. Joking. He's on 13 lap old medium, so will have to pit. He hasn't stopped yet this race. But yeah, Dave, he's really got the ball in his court at the moment as he might make a move onto the Las Vegas Strip onto Crazy Fish. Took that very nicely actually, so he's going to have a fantastic run. So Dave inherits the lead over Crazy Fish. Will he have a response? So he's going to jump into the slipstream of the Alpine driver. These two have really just left Diamond Dushy and Locker behind as Cornish has lost another position. Come on, Cornish. Will we see Crazy Fish come into the pit lane? He doesn't just yet. I think Crazy Fish is thinking about extending as much as possible. Oh, as he brakes very late in towards turn 1. As I was saying, I think he is going to try and extend. He's going to try and extend to get to a soft tyre run for the last 10 or so laps, I believe. But Zach picks up the first penalty of the evening with a 3 second penalty. We'll just check that actually. 5-second penalty. But I think he just served that now, so it's not come up. As Crazy Fish is very struggling for grip. Diamond Dushy hanging on to the back of Crazy Fish with DRS at the moment as they make their way onto the Las Vegas Strip. We'll see if he can gain enough. Oh, it's easy move from Diamond Dushy. .3 is the gap. And Cornish just made the move. Go on, lad. He makes the move back on Locker up into P4. And he will be hunting down the podium positions. Dave sets the fastest lap, followed by Diamond Dushy with a 36.1. So Diamond Dushy certainly got a bit of time to give. But Cornish finds himself 2.2 seconds behind Crazy Fish at the moment, who he did find himself in front of until about 3 laps late earlier. I was just about to say that, as Camo is serving another penalty, I believe. Locker and Cornish, both RSF1 Titans, having a battle through Sector 1. Come on, Cornish, surely you're not going to lose another position. But Locker could lose a position to Verizon, who's all over the back of him at the moment. Can he get a better exit onto the straight? He might not even need to go onto the straight to make the move. He backs out though. Cornish is going to be a sitting duck here. But Locker had a very bad exit. He's lost 3 positions. That's an absolute stinker from Locker. He's lost positions to Verizon, 40 and Matty, who Matty's going to try and get past Verizon now. Can he get Cornish? It's going to be close as they head towards the braking zone. Cornish has no battle to really give. He's on 15 lap old mediums. He's going to try and fight this round the outside. Cornish does stay ahead somehow. Matty manages to lose a position to Verizon 40. In the process, Locker gets back through on Matty as we finally see Cornish come into the pit lane. As he picks up a 5-second for speeding into the pit lane. Shocking. Can't believe it. As Diamond Dushy's wanting to take P2 from Crazy Fish. He does so with pretty much a full car's worth as they head in towards turn 3. The gap now out in front is almost 2 seconds. It is now 2 seconds between Dave and Diamond Dushi as we have 8 laps remaining of this Grand Prix. Dave doing very well to make sure he doesn't pick up any penalties whilst carrying as much speed as possible over those curbs heading onto the straight. So fantastic like car positioning from Dave. But we're going to see Diamond Dushi and Crazy Fish go side by side. Crazy Fish gets back through on Diamond Dushi for P2 as Jesh makes up the move on Locker for P5. Everyone makes moves on the Las Vegas Strip, and so does Matty. He wants a bit of this as well as they go very close on his contact. Oh, that's Jesh out. Jesh and Locker both making contact at the end of the Las Vegas Strip. Jesh is out. Cornish, no, sorry, not Cornish. Locker manages to continue on, but that brings out, you guessed it, another safety car. That brings Locker into the pit lane without a front wing. Absolutely. Actually, Crazy Fish hasn't pitted. Cornish is pitted. Come on, Cornish. He's let someone through. What's he doing? Cornish, what are you doing, lad? Anyway, not going to ask any more questions. But Verizon 40 with 0 lap old mediums finds himself in P5. Genghis Logan finds himself P4, 7 lap old mediums. And then we've got 11 laps for Dave on hards, 17 laps for Crazy Fish on mediums, Diamond Dushi 11 laps for hards. Horizon, you are absolutely cooking. Like, you're cooking up a 3-course meal tonight. You're sitting in P5 with mediums. Absolute blinder of a strategy. You've got Cornish behind you though. So anything can happen with that man. Last time I was in Red Bull in America, I won the race. Horizon, you're in a Red Bull tonight, and you're in America. Do it for the flag. Do it for the people of the United States of America. As Dave's disqualified! Hold on. What's happened here? Dave's been disqualified for ignoring yellow flags under safety car. How is that possible? Surely that can't have been the case. Because, yeah, as you said, people have pitted. Crazy Fish, Matty and Locker, they pitted. So Dave was entitled to overtake them. This game is actual shite, I'm just gonna say it now. This game is rotten. Anyway, Verizon 40 back up into P3. That sees Cornish make up another position, but carries that 5-second penalty for being a silly boy and speeding in the pit lane. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Safety car is in this lap. Diamond Duchy is going to lead them over the line. When they finish this lap, there'll be 6 laps remaining. You've really got to say that this is Verizon 40's one to win. Diamond Duchy is going to release quite late down the straight. He's still weaving, trying to get as much temp as possible. As this happens, I'm trying to get as much information as I can on Dave. We'll get that to you in a minute, but we are on lap 20 of 25. Diamond Duchy leads from Genghis Logan, Verizon 40, Breezy, Camel, Grunty, but it's not over yet because we've got so many fast drivers on the soft tyres, one of which is Breezy, who might even pick up 2 for 1 in the next couple of laps. Diamond Duchy is really going to be a sitting duck at the moment, 13 laps on those hards. We've got Verizon 40 who's going to try and maybe make a move on Genghis Logan into the left-hander. He's going to have to go around the outside for this move. What a fantastic move this could be from the Red Bull driver. He's going to make it stick and he makes the move complete. Is he going to keep it? Yes, he is. Genghis Logan makes a move up into P2. That's a fantastic move from Genghis Logan, Verizon 40. Breezy makes a move on Genghis Logan. Oh, it's going to be... Oh, that was close from Breezy. He almost went into the wall. He's going to have the better run than Genghis Logan as they head onto the straight now. As Horizon we can see in front might make a move on Diamond Duchy. Breezy moves past. Can Verizon move past? As he moves past and he gets into the lead. Verizon 40, our pole sitter, with an absolute blinder of a strategy, finds himself back in the lead on lap 20 of this Grand Prix. But Breezy wants a move as well. He's up into P2. These soft tyre runners are just eating up Diamond Duchy at the moment. Genghis Logan and Diamond Duchy have no fight. Here comes Grunty. He wants a fight on this as well. Just as this is happening, I've got some information on what happened to Dave, I think. He tried pitting. He had 2 seconds to get behind the safety car and didn't slow down in time, so got disqualified. We go again next week anyways. That's the mentality that you need to race in RSF1, so hopefully you come back stronger next week and can get a good result, because you were in a very good position as Grunty gave Genghis Logan a little love tap as he headed out of Sector 1. That's going to give Am the run as they go round the outside. He makes contact and there's a more contact! There's a lot of debris. Am with a 5-second penalty for a severe collision. Matty picks up a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Locker. Virtual safety car now is deployed. They just don't learn. Division 2 just don't learn. Honestly. Sucks, I've only just realised that... Oh, we've got a pitter. Verizon, what are you doing? Oh, it's a full course. This week is reminding me of Singapore and Suzuka in real life. Last week, we had a fantastic race from Division 2. It was so clean, so good. Everyone was happy because it was something different. We get to this week and normal service has been resumed. We're going to have about 20 incidents to deal with. Good luck, Easton. Good luck, Wee Biscuits. Good luck. I really don't want to get it wrong, so I'm going to look it up who's the other Division 2 steward, because I feel bad if I just say good luck other Division 2 steward, so I'm going to find that out. It is Legends, I believe. Yeah, it's Legends, I think. So good luck Easton, Wee Biscuits and Legends this week. I do feel for you. Anyway, we have Breezy, Camel, Jenga Logan, the top three at the moment. I don't know what Verizon 40 has decided to do. Um, we're gonna have like 2 laps of racing, I believe. We're not gonna have DRS though. So, are you still having issues with being able to be heard on stream? Don't think you're able to be heard on stream. Maybe try. What did you do last time?
It should work now.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
wow.
working now.
There we go. Looks like we're gonna have 2 laps of racing. Safety car should be in this lap with Breezy leading the safety car.
So we're gonna have like 2 laps of racing once we get underway. I feel like Verizon's just thrown away the race win. Any shot at it. Safety car in this lap? Yes, it is. So Breezy is going to lead them over the line. I feel like we're going to see a very different race winner here. It could be Breezy, it could be Camel, it could be Crazy Fish, I believe. And we're going to get underway for the last 2 laps of racing. It's going to be Camel on the hunt on Crazy Fish, who's going to be Crazy Fish going to be hunting on Camel. Camel makes a mistake into turn 1, allows Crazy Fish through. Diamond Douchey's lost out a position to Verizon. Camel gets all out of shape.
Damadushi gets that position back on Verizon and looks like make it on Camo as well. Going too wide. Oh, looks like Camo hit the wall.
Oh, there's contact.
And
Oh, there's a
Verizon's
car
around.
around. Verizon's around.
With wing damage
Oh,
as
no.
well. No right end plate. Ah. That is such a shame for Verizon. He had a very great race today and shown like he could have won it.
Diamond Douchey still trying to make up moves for P5. Crazy Fish and Am having a great battle for P2. But it's Breezy who currently has a 2/10 gap.
Damadushi makes it up to P4 after Camo. Everyone's running low on
Genghis Logan
ERS.
making up the move on Matty for P8 at the moment. We've got
Cornish looking to
Crazy
make the
Fish.
move on Grunty.
Crazy Fish takes the lead of the race, but Breezy's not going to back down though.
And we start the final lap.
Crazy Fish only has
Crazy
2
Fish
sectors
and
left.
Breezy on the same percent of ERS. Breezy using it down this straight. Oh, I wouldn't
He's
really
really
call
got
it
to
a
use all
straight,
of
would
it.
you?
Genghis Logan up into P6 now for him. Cornish runs P5. As Matty is under pressure for P8 at the moment, but Breezy gets ahead into the final corner. This could be the move for the win. And it seems like it's going to be, but Crazy Fish is going to have a response as he head towards the line. It's going to be Crazy Fish on the inside who's going to take the win right at the final corner. Crazy Fish takes the lead from Breezy and the win. And
What a race that was.
we have, Breezy, Diamond Dushi, Cornish, Genghis Logan, Grunty. Then came Camel, Matty, and I believe that was Verizon that finished out the top 10. I've got Dangerous Dave in here.
Yes.
Yeah. That was some finish to a race.
Good battles it was.
Absolutely fantastic.
It's very unfortunate what happened to Verizon. Crazy Fish only made 2 stops the whole entire race. Let's get these top 3 people in for an interview. Oh, hello, Crazy Fish.
Hello.
I don't know if Breezy will join, so it might be just being you on the interviews tonight.
Give
What
him a
a
minute.
race that was.
We were in a lobby or party together, so he might.
He seems so humbled after that over the line win.
Lucky. That's
That
all
was
it was.
just perfectly played at the end there.
You stretched the mediums out really well.
Yeah, it was that those higher wings really helped. Right, it doesn't look like he's joining, so let's kick off with it.
I'm just waiting for this race director to go away. Oh,
Oh,
we got
there he is.
Breezy. Here we go. Can this thing come off, please? Like, because I'm wanting to go to the showroom.
I think you might have to restart the game, Aaron. I think it'll just pause the stream.
Right, I'll quickly do that then. Anyway, whilst I do that, Six, do you want to get us started with our first place? Well, not our first place, our second place driver.
Well, hello, Breezy. Yeah. Yes, please.
Oh, I done it.
Right. So I didn't really watch much of the qualifying, but I managed to get in through the second and third. How did you think you did in qualifying?
I mean, I didn't think I had enough pace really in the race in general. Like, I mean, I finished. I think I was qualified seventh. I think, but well, it was quite good because I thought I wouldn't. I mean, at one point I thought I was going to get through into Q3 because I was 10th in Q2, so it wasn't that bad to be fair.
Yeah. Well, that paid off in the end. How did you think? Did you think you could have improved your time in qualifying, or was you happy with it?
I was pretty happy. Like, 30, I think it's 32-0. I don't think I'd go into 31s anyway, so it's all right. That's middle.
Yeah. With the race start, did you think it went well with it?
Trying to think what happened to be honest. Can't remember what happened. I think um. I don't know. I can't remember what happened. I just stayed in the same position, I think, and then we kind of stayed where we should be. And then safety cars come out, and it changed. I mean, so every couple of laps with the safety cars, so it changed pretty much everything. And then, I mean, more into the race, it changed because I had to pit for hours. We were pretty much at the back, and then I was stuck in a big clump of cars that were just fighting and crashing and stuff. And then I got lucky because there was no safety car, we could pit for softs. And then when I pit for softs, it was just everyone's the same pace and everyone's equal, so
Yeah.
just close.
It was a great battle between you and Crazy Fish for the win. It was very entertaining with that.
Yeah.
That's all my questions. And Aaron, do you have any?
Um, well, not really any questions, but I can obviously hear that you are disappointed at the fact that we were so close, just like a car's length from getting
Yeah.
that first place
But
tonight.
to be fair, like I mean, at the end of the race, like if it was if that safety cars didn't come out, the end, Crazy would have won it, and I'd have probably finished like eighth. So I got lucky at the end of the day
Mhm.
to be
Yeah,
that far up.
absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, I take it either
But yeah,
way.
absolutely. You've got to be happy with P2 at the end of the day
Yeah,
anyway as well.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm not too sure where we go to next week. Actually, wait, I've just
I think
remembered it's Saudi
yeah,
Arabia next
it's
week.
even worse in this race.
I was gonna ask you how do you feel about it,
Yeah,
but
it's
if you
rubbish.
want
Yeah.
to tell us your
Probably
previous
probably the
experiences
worst
at
track
it.
out of the 16 or 18 there probably is. It's pretty rubbish.
Oh. Anyway, yeah, congratulations on P2 tonight. Came so close, but yeah, a great recovery drive from yourself, and best luck for next week.
Yeah, cheers,
Congrats on the podium as well, Breezy.
cheers.
Okay, that will do us for P2. We will move to our P1 driver, the one and only Crazy Fish. How
Hello.
are we, mate? Hello. um, yeah, fantastic result from yourself tonight. Securing P1 for Aston Martin. Talk me through your race because a lot happened through that race. You extended your stint. I think you got to like lap 18 on those mediums. I could see that you were struggling, but that safety car really helped you. Yeah, just talk me. What was the mindset going into the race? Was it just to go long, or was it to yeah, try and eke out for a safety car?
Yeah, well, I didn't really have any specific plan. I started the race, lost a position straight away, went into P4. Um, then I think Verizon pitted quite early, or he crashed out. I don't know which. Maybe he pitted at the first safety car.
Horizon pitted very early.
Yeah. Then Simon was just slow, so I got past him. Pace was good. No real issues. I was kind of keep the tires in check. Didn't suffer with the rear end because of the wing level that I chose, and that's really what kind of I think helped my race. Kind of got messed over by one of the safety cars because a certain grunty who was in the party said I'm staying out, and he was right behind me, so I was like, grand, I'm gonna stay out, and he did the complete opposite. So he kind of shafted me there. But yeah, then I was just kind of like, well, I have to kind of stay out now. I think Cornish is behind me after that. Um,
Yeah.
and then the guys behind were on hards, and
Mhm.
I know they passed me, but I kept up pace with them. And then just before that kind of second last safety car uh, came out, I think it was end of lap 17. I was like, will I pit? Won't I pit?
Mhm.
And then I was like, I'll wait one more lap and then I'll pit because then it'll give me even better tires. And
Yeah.
just when I passed the pit entry, that's when the safety car came out.
Mhm.
So I thought my race was over at that point. But yeah, then a lot of chaos happened around. I don't know what happened. When I went to pit, Dave was ahead of me, and Dave, I don't know if he hit the wall. I didn't actually see, um, but he got disqualified.
Mhm.
Bit of other carnage went about. I just had really good tires.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was clean battle. Like I didn't touch anyone during the race. Fair play to Breezy for not fighting P1 too hard. We did have flashbacks to Abu Dhabi when me, him, and Hush were all battling, and we definitely didn't touch. Wink, wink. But yeah, it was a good race. I feel sorry for Breezy because to overtake somebody literally just before the line is the worst feeling ever. But
Yeah.
I thought I'd
Mhm.
lost it because I went so sideways coming out of the last
Yeah.
chicane, but I just had enough ERS and better tires to overtake him. So yeah, it's a good race.
Yep. You got to do what you got to do, obviously. Championship fight. I'm not too sure what the championship standings look like at the moment. You'll probably know better than me. Are you in with a championship fight?
I'm in P2, 40
Oh,
points behind Breezy. So if oh no, 35 points behind Breezy. So do the maths. I'm now 28 points behind Breezy.
yeah. Well, if these results keep coming your way, then that gap will come down very quickly, and hopefully by the time we get to Qatar, you're within a very reasonable shot of winning the championship. But yeah, that's in the distant future. We move to Saudi Arabia next week. How do you feel about that one?
I don't know. It kind of reminds me a lot like Crash Gate. It's a lot of chaos a lot of the time. So I know the first time I raced the track, I did horrendously, and I'm slowly getting better and better at the track over the last F1 game.
Mhm.
So we'll see. Again, there's a lot of slipstreaming involved, a lot of tactics, so and safety cars. So who knows? It's Div 2, so nearly guaranteed. Apart from last week, there's always going to be safety cars, so that's always going to spice up the action.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on your podium tonight. Six, you got anything to add?
I don't actually, but congrats on the win, and I'll be enjoying watching you in Jeddah next week.
Yeah, cool. Cheers for the comms, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Always a pleasure. That'll do us tonight for Division 2. We will be back same time tomorrow night for Division 5, same time next week for Division 2, where they tackle the street circuit of Jeddah. That'll be a very interesting one, especially as it is Division 2. So get your popcorn ready for that one, and we will see you guys later on. Catch you all later. Have a great night.